Mediocre Rumble Brothers. Three, two, one.
Alright, hey everybody, I'm Jordan, your host, and welcome to Mediocre Rumble Brothers. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe on our channel on YouTube or give us a follow on Rumble. It really helps us out. Now, let's jump into today's topic. We're going to be reacting to marathon game footage while discussing Lies of P. So, Corey, go ahead and take it away.
So the new marathon game from Bungie dropped some gameplay footage and kind of is, opening up what this was. They had an announcement trailer like a year ago or something like that, and it was kind
of
it's
like
been
longer than a year ago, hasn't? I thought their marathon's been cooking for ever now.
Yeah, I mean, the trailer, I think that I clicked on said a video was posted a year ago. It could just be their YouTube channel or something that they were creating, but this is after Bungie left Activision, right? And they were like, oh, we're going to make this game. And so Marathon isn't an original game, even though it's their original game. It was an old game from, obviously, 1994 on the screen here. I'm going to just go ahead and play this 4-minute video so we can see what the old one was before we dive into the announcement trailer of the new one, and then see some gameplay stuff of the new one too, so we can kind of
I'm sold.
See the evolution as well as
oh look, it was made in the 90s and it's fucking Doom.
Get him. Doom, but you actually have to aim.
It is different. Yeah, I mean, I guess mouse, but I don't know.
Look at that font.
Yeah. It's straight. I never even heard of this.
Incoming message from Leela.
It's probably, unironically, probably a fucking reference. Actually, no. 1994 was Futurama a thing then?
No,
I don't think so.
Because it took place in 1999, right? That's the first episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm retarded.
But I mean, the UI's clean. I don't know if this is a true obviously this is the original dated version of it. But I really hope that it's different than this, but it seems super high sci-fi.
No, it's just the exact same thing. But
just better graphics. They just polished
It's
everything.
a remaster. Now it's in 480p.
Yeah, it has better anti-aliasing.
I mean, this doesn't look terrible. It is lagging a little bit, but I don't know if it's just because of what we're using, the way we're watching it.
It could be the stream through the computer, but it's got some banging ass Looney Tunes gun bullet sounds.
Yeah, boom.
Why are you aiming for the feet, dude?
That's their weak spot. They're aliens. You don't know.
They definitely plastered that logo all over the place inside this building. I mean, he is very.
Are you sure you looked up a trailer and not just gameplay?
No, this
footage?
isn't a trailer. This is just raw gameplay footage.
Okay.
It's 4 minutes long. I can skip ahead of a couple other things, but.
Oh my! That guy was all up in your grill.
He's punching him.
You want to buy a sundial?
He's like, I got shit you won't buy, baby.
I mean, I like the map and stuff, but part of me thinks that this is more of an RPG type, first-person experience.
Oh, you got me!
Slick hiding around the corner.
Yeah, you saw me, brother. I glitched out.
A bit more structured than Doom. Doom's very wild, I guess.
Yeah,
this is you're gonna have to consult a map and shit like that.
I mean, because again, I've never heard. Right, I played the original Doom. I played Duke Nukem, and then Serious Sam and other types of boomer shooter games. But
tight ass walls.
It's weird that this never came up at all around me. I mean, I think another original something like this was System Shock. I was just chilling. He's oh shit!
Could you imagine if this guy was fat? He would never be able to get through the game.
He's like, hey, can you come back in this room? I can't get down the hallway.
Fucking too big.
This is definitely a lot more linear than Doom. Doom is very chaotic. There's at least 7 enemies attacking you.
I mean, based off of this footage here, I would almost say that Doom is a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is more atmospheric, I guess, with the slower. Because I mean, when you're playing Doom, you have all that metal, fast-paced music, but just based on the music in this, it's much more slower. Obviously, it's more ominous, more atmospheric.
Definitely makes a lot more sense on where Halo came from. because this has way more of a Halo feel. I feel like compared to.
It reminds me
we're
of the
about
first
to
level
see.
in Halo, like when you're going through all those like tunnels and stuff.
You mean being on the ship? When
Yeah.
You're getting invaded?
Also, it seems another thing is. Wait, no, you did have Amy. No, never mind. Sorry, I was about to say something stupid.
Backfist that guy.
Crouch into that door.
Oh,
Punched him right in the dick.
it's weakness.
Give him the old dick
Yeah.
twist.
Yeah, they put this logo, their game logo everywhere. So they're really proud of that.
I don't know if it's a game logo. I think it's like probably lore significant. I think it's literally because it says that aliens have invaded the Marathon, which I'm assuming is this space station thing that it's on, and it's probably like a logo for the company or organization that it works for or something.
Okay, so that was the original. And then this is the announcement trailer for the new.
I'm so excited.
Immediately,
Not
now
what I
we're
saw
in
before.
Doom.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing this and being like super confused on what the hell it even was. Music's cool.
Ew.
These graphics are awesome.
It's a CG trailer.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why it took so long.
this
Graphics are so-
trailer's graphics are awesome.
I like the tunes.
Yep.
Yeah, the music is
Where's
fucking
my glow
awesome.
sticks?
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me absolutely fucking my ears right now. Hey, that's
There
the
it
guy we
is.
saw in the hallway.
Yep.
That's the man.
That's the guy who could barely
That's
fit.
that's the man. That's John Marathon.
That's John Marathon.
Ooh.
That was cool, kind of. I like all the weird sounds.
Oh shit! He slipped on a banana.
Yeah.
They got shot in
Couldn't
the
see
face.
it when it's in the water. Yeah, well, if you run straight in the middle of nowhere, that's kind of going to happen.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, he turned
Spilled
into.
your Gatorade.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the Tesla bots.
Oh, they're all fucked. What the
Watch
hell?
out. There's a hurricane.
Marathon.
So that trailer's pretty hype. I saw that and was like really kind of excited. There's that logo again.
There it is.
I'm intrigued,
That's
but
just
I don't know
the
what to be
logo.
excited for.
Marathon logo.
Well,
They also reused a lot
about-
in Halo.
So here is the gameplay reveal trailer. So we just saw the cinematic teaser. Let's see
How
the
Destiny
outfit
is.
holds up.
Is this released? This was the one that released today or
A day ago.
a day ago? Okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's-
Watch.
Well, that's what we're doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
Okay.
Okay.
You can't say that anymore. I guarantee you, none of the people who worked on Halo are still at this goddamn studio.
They did the Call of Duty camera.
I think somebody's relative worked here.
Yeah.
Um,
From the cousin who created Master Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I mean,
assume
like,
this is
I like the
PvP.
visual aesthetics.
Really?
The neon color kind of thing is neat, but at the same time, it's not as atmospheric as the original. It's
I don't
really
know,
bright.
like-
Dream is not over.
I don't know. I'm not finding anything appealing about this,
dream.
honestly.
Yours. Now, run.
The thing
really
is
just
the
looks like
guns look
Destiny to
super
me.
plain.
Well, I think everything looks super plain, honestly. It doesn't look like it has much style. Unless that's kind of what they're going for, question mark.
There's a lot of boxing. It's that one game that looked like a sci-fi Doom that we saw in the PlayStation event thing, where I was saying like it's kind of empty. Like this game has a lot of stuff to it, but it's a lot of like simple geometric shapes and like flat colors. I
Yeah,
like
that's-
the color theory that they're going for is really solid because it's eye-catching, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like
be
I
a
would
better
play
movie.
this game. I'd probably play it, but I'm not going to play it for 5 years or whatever they probably are expecting you.
Oh,
Especially if it's
platforms,
not-
my ass. Yeah, bet you it's not on Switch.
There it is. This
Yes.
right here is the... Is that the rezzing in Apex Legends?
That's kind of, well, yeah.
That looks like they're killing them.
Well, maybe that. Yeah, they're doing the opposite.
I'm gonna help you,
I'm
bro.
sending you to hell. Yeah. Okay, so here's the gameplay. So let's see what the hell this like.
What was it before?
That
Well,
was
this
like
is like
the
the
cinematic
overview.
trailer.
Oh.
Yeah, for what this is.
Yeah, I do not care for this visual style. It looks very boring.
So, from what I gather, it's basically just the Destiny play style. It's not a full $70 game, but it's also not like a free-to-play game. So it's a, I don't know what that
Stop
means.
straddling the line. Pick one.
People have, I guess, intentionally compared it to how Concord was like a premium title that was cheaper, but I would never want that to be the comparison because
Well, unfortunately, that's kind of what they're going. Escape
No, it's
will
like-
make me God.
Marathon
God, sound
is a
edgier.
team-based extraction
This one
shooter
looks
set around
worse
the
than
mysterious
the last
and
trailer.
cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4.
yeah, that's the opposite of helping
A
them.
runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell.
It kind of has
Unique
like a.
abilities and
See, I'm sorry, but
capable
can
of
pause it right quick.
tactical
Like that's just
and
that, just
I'm gonna
that,
go
like,
ahead.
just that, like, description sounds cool, right? Like you're a fucking human that's given up their physical body to be like a robot person, right? And I'm looking at these characters, and they're the most boring fucking designs I've ever seen for like that. Like that on paper does not translate onto what I'm seeing on screen. It just looks so boring. There's so much you can do with a concept like that, and these characters look fucking flat and boring as shit.
It's like Chappie mixed with Legos,
mercenary who's given up their human
like especially this character.
Like it
here.
looks so boring. Like I don't know
Marilyn
what
Manson.
about. I'm not even like pulling the like. Oh,
Do you customize
It's
the
not a-
character? Maybe. I mean, maybe they'll
I
tell
hope
us later,
so.
but
I hope
Yeah.
so because this base crap looks like shit, and I'm not.
form
It's
for a
just,
biosynthetic
but that's a
shell
problem in and of
with
itself.
unique abilities and stats.
Gather all the neon colors you can
Both
find.
tactical and
Yeah.
fast-paced.
We're gonna make Splatoon look bad.
Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of
God, the
zones
animations
and
are
points of
so
interest.
It's
boring.
not. Yeah, it's
You'll
not.
face
It's not
rival
getting me at
runners in
all.
zones of up to 18 players, countless
So it's
security
Extraction
It does seem kinda
mini battle
slow.
royale.
and otherworldly threats.
Otherworldly threats. You're just shooting these random dudes doing their job. It looks like.
well, I think it was talking about the cat slugs they were shooting on the floor.
Are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map.
Oh yay!
Before
God, they're
deploying,
just so
you'll
boring.
Call of Duty camera.
Look, this fucking rip-off looking shit from
sure
Titanfall.
you're equipped for the run ahead.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now.
Seal. Get in, gather as much loot as you can.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Titanfall. You're not gonna be able to
See-
win with that one.
Die,
I thought,
and all your gear will be up for grabs.
oh, like
And your loot can be taken
Tarkov.
into future runs
Oh,
as you
sweet.
grow in power.
great. So I definitely don't want to play this
Yeah.
because I
I
can't
know
stand
Extraction-
fucking dying and losing all my shit.
It's never the
Well, I think that's the appeal of extraction shooters, though. I actually haven't. Here, pause right quick. I want to talk about extraction shooters.
You
So like extraction shooters have been a thing for a little while. Like I know that's like a bigger thing in the indie scene, and I can see the appeal in doing a run like this, like the games where it's like, oh, it's it's high tension because if you die, you lose all your shit. But I don't know. It's just I haven't played it. I guess I don't really see the appeal of that. I suppose I don't get what like the end goal is. I guess you're coveting all this shit in order to get more shit in the future, but you can also lose that shit. Again, I can see saying it out loud. You can hear like, yeah, that sounds like it might be high tension, high octane, but it's just like I don't know. I feel like I want like a roguelike. When you gain power, it's just permanent. You don't lose that power. Once you have it, you have it. And the better runs you do, like the more power you're going to gain. Whereas this, it's like you're always under constant threat of losing your power no matter what, even if you do well.
Yeah, which takes away your
It's also
power
against other
aspect.
people.
Yeah.
So
It's
this
against
is
other
a
people,
lot
not by computers. So
less
it's just
like
more
Destiny.
aggravating.
Yeah. Because I kind of was expecting a Destiny-based game when they were initially talking about this game, but it sounds like it's more Escape from Tarkov, and I mean I played that, it's neat, but I don't know, like I don't think I could get in on this. I also thought it was gonna be more like huge narrative story-driven type of thing rather than this like multiplayer.
It's all people want to
Looter.
make nowadays is multiplayer
Grab some
games,
loot.
so.
I guess it works for them since they are, hopefully the game's a banger, because I feel like if it's not, it's going to kill them. But, who
Yeah,
knows?
they're already dying because they've been milking Destiny for so long.
But they're not even a part of that, right? Because they left Activision to go do their own thing, and then Activision is like, well, we get to keep Destiny. Oh, wait, no, they took Destiny with them, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah,
99% sure Bungie's still doing Destiny.
So
they're bought out by. They're already bought out by Sony, weren't they? Or PlayStation, I mean.
Yeah, I believe
They
so.
were owned by almost by major companies. First,
people are just
Activision,
passing
then
Bungie
Microsoft,
around.
and then
I don't
now
know.
they're owned by PlayStation.
Maybe that was maybe it's like a cursed thing.
Boring. The combat looks slow. The characters are like not cool or attractive at all. Like I kind of like the colors a little bit. I mean, maybe that is what they're going for, is a simplistic art style, but it is not doing them any favors, like at all.
Right, I'm gonna pop the sound back on and let's catch up
it.
some other.
Then all your
things
gear
here.
will be up for grabs. Survive, and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death
I mean,
is inevitable.
the theme of like a zombie game, I could do this, but like this type of thing,
Next run, you and your
just
teammates
getting
will
like
be the ones coming out on top.
completely squashed by like some elite players and losing all your shit just drive me insane.
Well, that's exactly it, right? It was like the whole idea again that was being said is that what was the point of getting powerful if people could literally just kill you right away and then you could lose all your shit? Then it's like everybody wants to be a threat. They want to be powerful, and you can't do that if you can just be easily wiped off the fucking planet and lose everything you got that you earned. There's like really no point to continue.
Whether you're on a zero to hero run or
All right, so here's some.
gear, you'll need to
I
use
do love
the
wearing
instructions
makeup
while
and
you decide
lipstick.
which fights to pick and how.
Yeah, I think they're. I hope they show like a lot of customization because I don't want to play as any of these characters specifically.
Here's the thing, like I feel like Concord's problem is that their characters were just like ingenuinely like ugly and unappealing. These characters I wouldn't even call ugly; they're just fucking boring. Like there's nothing to them. It feels like this is like the default prototype model you would use to like play test the game with.
Well, yeah. After watching that cinematic trailer, it's like the graphics are so detailed and so cool, but this is so like everything is smooth. Like it does have a design, like it has a solid identity, but I'm just not like married to it.
They don't look like they have like any particular classes that stand out from each other. They all look the fucking same.
Yeah, I can't really tell. Like that guy's the big dude because he's just big shoulder pads, I guess. But everybody else, like, you can't tell if like that character.
Oh, hold up. Can you rewind it like 30-ish, 40-ish seconds?
Yeah, where the fuck's my mouse at?
As a solo runner.
Yeah, okay. Run it back a bit more. That was what he's saying there is what I want to hear.
To take all the glory for yourself.
Is this a PvP game?
Yeah, PvPvE.
Oh, okay. That's what I was having a hard time understanding.
An unpredictable play.
Yeah, it's basically like.
Oh yeah, fuck that then. This is just gonna turn into a game where all the top players are gonna have a bunch of fucking loot and just sit here and murk everyone else.
Yeah,
that's
unless you,
why-
of course, pay money to keep your shit from disappearing
Oh,
or
that's
whatever it might
100%
be.
what's going to be. Yeah, they're going to be money grubbers.
And goes past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities.
But,
So this is how it worked in the Division.
To push enemy teams and
If you ever entered the Dark Zone in Division,
with agility.
I gotta. So, Division isn't necessary. It's a looter shooter, but I would just go into the Dark Zone and wait for people to extract, and then kill them while they're waiting for the helicopter. So it's like, go here and find your loot, like this guy's talking about here, and like, oh, there's secret stuff, and hack these doors, and then I'm just like waiting.
Yeah, you're
for
waiting
them.
at the extraction point for them and you
Yeah.
just yank them.
It's
Come
like
to me.
same thing in Fortnite with the vaults, right? They're just like, oh, someone's opening the vault or whatever, and then the vault is up, and then I run in and kill everybody while they're collecting all the items because they're just going to drop it and take it all. It's like, thanks for doing that thing for me. Yeah.
Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities.
I mean, that's like, oh, that's camping. It's like, well, that's the point of the game is to take your shit. So,
Yeah, it's like they have.
if you don't have any shit yet, why would I fight you? I'm just going to
like
wait for you to go get a bunch of shit, and then I can take it.
Yeah, this is
the
warfare.
culture
But
that the
also-
game has fostered.
Shield charges
This game is not friendly to people who have full-time jobs.
Yeah, another one of those, right? It's like, oh, this has to be
Yeah.
my full-time job in order for me to like stand a fucking chance. But if there's something I can tell by people that I see play like Arc PvP, once the top players have like a bunch of fucking bullshit, they're just gonna remain king forever because they have all the top bullshit.
seasonal storytelling, community events,
Be some
and
rich
more
kids probably
all
having the
await you
top-notch
in Season
bullshit.
1,
So-
where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau Ceti 4.
Like, I might play it more if
You're only ever
they
one
add, like,
away.
campaign stuff, because there isn't a campaign to this from what I was reading.
There is.
So I'll start this over, mute it.
There isn't.
and just let it run for 5 minutes. There's no campaign that I've seen. It's just like this game mode type of thing.
That is horrible.
There's there's going to be lore items and things like that because the whole game loop is go on a run, grab some shit. If you survived, come back, put it in a put it in your box, and then go back down and do it again. If the levels are not fun, that's obviously that's like the most that's like just a super obvious statement. But if the level is not fun, then multiple runs is just going to be fucking annoying. Like
Yep.
they have to bank on me enjoying playing this all the time, and I don't really know if it was saying that they're randomly generated. It did say that they are like a different experience each time you drop down, so that's kind of cool, I guess. So
Yeah, but that's,
tells me
like,
that
the
it must
point,
be
though.
randomly generated, but
But all these
Like-
environments also look boring. It's just like you're in a misty
Yeah.
forest swamp everywhere. I haven't seen anything different. It's just all the same shit. Nothing is visually distinct. It's all the same.
You just saw
Yeah,
it. You
I
play
mean, like,
three
when
of
you
the
run
same
those-
character. It's like, what the fuck?
when you run those Destiny like quests with your friends, like you go into raids or whatever, like those are so like well designed and like it's a hand tailored experience. So that's what people like about it. But if this is all generated all the time, it's just kind of like you're running around pressing square a ton to pick up shit. You're not even going to be like absorbing what it is that you're doing. It's like, oh, I'm in the lab area. Lab area has lab things. Grab lab stuff, put it in bag, run out of lab.
Well, I mean, the pressure's always on. So when you're playing the game, you're like gonna be stressed out. It's like, is it a computer that's gonna be killing you? Is it a player that's nearby that's gonna kill you? Like the tension's always high. You're like, you're not really gonna have
Yeah.
a decent experience, especially if you're like carrying a bunch of expensive stuff that you want to take back with you.
Well-
Like, you're not gonna be able to like calm down to appreciate what's around you. Like look at all the lore items and shit.
Well, but I mean, yeah, in order to appreciate stuff, yeah, but like I think people play extraction shooters primarily for that purpose. They want that like it's always like a high tension situation because you're under threat of losing all this crap, right? So like they want that, so I can't really fault it for that. I don't know. I don't understand.
I mean, I was just saying for like if you're gonna put like different experiences in there to like if you pick up a notebook, it's like, hey, here's some lore. It's like I can't right now. I'm like, there's literally a guy following me around. I'm not.
I'm trying to read this like read this journal and then I get shotgun in the back of the head. Like I want to like this game because like that trailer when I saw it a while ago, it was so cool and like then this comes. It's when you see a really dope game trailer and then it goes to the top down view of a game, and I usually start getting like nervous about it. I'm like, oh damn it, this is one of those games.
Well, if
I
it
don't
is-
hate top down games, but like I've seen plenty of games where I'm like, oh, this is a fucking action adventure game, and then it's like, oh, it's
Well, the thing I'm thinking
one
for
of those
this is
Diablo
like,
clones.
if you're gonna lose your items and stuff, I mean, wouldn't you want to have a big map so you can be sure that you kind of can keep your items for a little bit longer than this? This looks like it's a really tiny ass level design where you're just gonna lose your shit all the time, and it looks really stressful.
to their benefit of a doubt here, it's alpha footage of like a very isolated showcase of mechanics. So they're going to be doing it around this one building rather than showcasing like an entire map. But the fear is that that's not also true, and that this is the map. So
God,
It's
if
like,
it is,
oh,
Jesus, that'd be so.
it's
dumb.
like, oh, this one little facility that we're running around, and you're playing because it looks like a team deathmatch map. Like
Yep.
at least what they're doing right now. I don't know. Like I wanted to be excited about it, but it seems kind of.
Yeah, seeing
Just-
the
I
very
don't have the
coming
time
out
to
of this.
invest in this, especially
Crazy.
when I have all these other games to play. It's
Yeah,
like
'cause
I'm playing
literally
Atelier and
Well, especially because it's not free either. I might actually
Yeah.
have like given it at least half a shot if it was free, because why not? It's free. I'll give it a shot. But like, if they expect me to pay for this, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy this game.
Well, it's just
Like,
weird.
Like Corey, because you told me before your ideology for video games is like it's like why would I play this game forever when the time I would be spending on this game I could play like 4 other different games.
Yeah, basically. I have like a huge backlog of shit, and it's like, you want me to invest a bunch of time into this when I could play a bunch of other games that I could get joy from as well. So this game's competition isn't necessarily games at this point because of what type of game this is. It's my time. It's like I would like to spend my time doing something completely different than just. I mean, I don't even play Fortnite like I used to. It's just because it's like, I just finished. What is it? Onimusha 2. I didn't just finish that game, but then we beat Mass Effect, and then like topical for this, but I just finished Liza P last night, and so did Edwin.
Yeah, but it's like the 2 games that I played that were similar to this were Call of Duty Zombies and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and then also Dungeonborn, which is a PvPvE.
Yeah,
but it's just like I was like it's fine if you enjoy like the stressful crap. But like I don't really enjoy that because it's just removing the feeling that I want to actually have of enjoying playing a video game in like a very casual way. So it's like this game obviously isn't made for me, but I have tried games like it, and it's fine. But it's like if it was PvE, then it would probably be a better experience. With like, all right, I lost the computer. But if I'm losing to other players that like obviously have more time on their hands to play this constantly, and then if there is like pay to win crap, then it's like, well, obviously there's no point because like I don't want to spend money on this. I don't want to spend thousands of hours on this.
Well, at least
it's just not worth it because if it's random matchmaking, so it's just like I'm gonna end up losing all my crap to this guy anyway. So it's just like my time is just gonna be wasted collecting this stuff, and it's like if I don't bring my good stuff and risk losing it, then I'm not gonna win regardless.
I'm just surprised to see how it changed. Like, the zombies and such, they had some similarities to them, but this one going from like the Doom, like we just talked about from the very beginning one, it had like kind of a direction of where it was going to just switching to now just pure multiplayer, which is very weird. I would only imagine the people that are like hardcore marathon players of the original
Somebody was excited,
seeing this and then seeing this piss them off.
Well, it's funny too, right? So because we compared the old Marathon to Doom, and when like Doom was like rebooted with Bethesda, it was Bethesda Softworks, yes, or ID Soft, or id Software. But yeah, so when they brought back, Doom, the first, is it just called Doom, the first reboot one? It's not Doom Eternal's the second one, right? Okay, yeah. So when they brought that
to 2016.
Yeah, so Doom 2016, it's like, it's still Doom, but they brought it back and they brought it to the modern era, so like it has a lot of like cool shit with it that definitely, it's still Doom, but it does feel like distinctly like what Doom would be in this modern time, and they just kind of kept running with that with Doom Eternal, and it looks like they're going to keep running with it with Dark Ages, right? So and we went from that, and now they have this Marathon game, which obviously was inspired by Doom in the past. It had its own little quirks to it, as we saw, but like it's clearly a Doom-ish game. But then they're going from that to fucking whatever the hell this is. Like it's distinctly not Marathon. I bet they're just kind of banking on that thing, being like, yeah, we did Marathon. Remember the old Bungie where none of the people who were working on this game worked on that game? It's like, so they're just using it to sell the fucking shit because it's like, oh, it's Marathon. I'm like, I don't think it's Marathon.
They reached in the bag of IPs and they were like, oh, let's grab this one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Bungie was in the money hole while this game was probably maybe a little bit before it was in development, so it's just like this is probably their like solution to try and survive longer, because who knows how longer Destiny will live.
Yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna live.
Like, I don't know, did they do it this way because they're trying not to cannibalize Destiny players, or like because I thought this game was just going to become like Destiny.
Destiny is technically free for the most part, but this one you actually have to pay for. So I don't know what the point of this was if it's not free.
I'm curious on how this is going to perform sales-wise when it drops. I mean, Bungie has a pretty good fan base, but that also doesn't necessarily mean that they're immune from, like, just not selling a game. I mean, people put out games that are great in theory all the time.
Well, the problem with Destiny is that they always want a high player count, but they do get that high player count, but it doesn't last as long because their fan base is so dedicated to the game that they finish everything that they put out
that weekend.
And so quickly. And then their solution to that was to time gate all their content, and then now it was like people finish like the segment by segment even faster, so their high player count doesn't even last as long. Because now it's like a week by week basis because they want a consistently high one. But it's like, the only thing your game is just constant repeated levels and looting. That's literally it.
I mean, it's kind of the problem that MMOs get, right? Because Destiny, in a sense, is like an MMO game that's also a first person shooter. Like, it's a weird amalgam of games, but World of Warcraft, every time they drop DLC, everybody stops what they're doing. They consume all the DLC and then go back to whatever they were doing. Like, WoW had all these players that were always there, and then the player count shifted when they were like trying all these other, MMOs and stuff. But the DLC drops and they all would come back, but then consume it and then leave again. So, Destiny being the same thing with it's like, oh, there's a raid coming. And, we've known people that are just waiting for it. They took like a day off. They like all their friends are, they're ready on their Discord chats, like, hey, 7:00, we're going to run this. And then, this thing that might have taken them a few months to like prepare and build and set up for everybody is all done in like 4 hours. Like, there's literally a prize, I think, for the first team to complete it. Is they started like embracing that of like, oh, the first people to beat the raid, they get like a T-shirt or something like that. And
yeah, they still have to pay for it.
They do it for like world first achievement stuff.
Yeah, like, for like if you beat it within the first week, then you unlock a code that you can go to their store to unlock a like first week raid champion or some shit.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, I think like if you were to sit this game next to Destiny, like I love the visuals of Destiny like a lot more than this. I like the art direction in the sense of like the colors and things like that, but I really wish it was like grittier after looking at the original, because everything is like squares and like just.
I just wish they kept it the
really
way it was supposed to
simple
be.
shapes,
like the original Doom style. Like they should have not changed it.
It could have been like their own. They could have been a new Halo sense, right? It could have been that experience that we were going to get as like this single player space epic. But now it's just like there could be a lot of empty promises on this where they go, oh, we're going to have battle royale, we're going to have this thing like this game mode, you guys are going to love it. But then if this mode in particular does not move numbers, then they're not going to have any of that other shit.
And they could do what everyone was asking for Call of Duty to do, where it's just like, hey, here's the multiplayer stuff, and then you got to pay for the campaign separately. But honestly, this game would have. I don't know why the fuck everyone keeps trying to do live service games, or usually end up terribly. But this game, like, because it's a live service, like the graphics obviously have to be downgraded. But if it was a single player game, and then it had this aesthetic, but it was a single player like space exploration like Halo, then it would probably do a lot better. Like we wouldn't be talking down on it this much because it would look better. It would have like an actual story, and I don't know, that's my opinion. It was like if it was a single player Halo type game, then I'd probably take a better stance on it. But it's like this is a multiplayer game of a type of multiplayer that I don't like, and I also have to pay for it. So that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
you can give people a choice if they want to do the multiplayer or if they want to play story. Some people are really heavily involved in story-based games versus multiplayer, and then you can have at least a little bit of both. But it's not giving you any options. You're just literally multiplayer only.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to change their tune on this in any way. I mean, I don't think it's. I don't really know. Did they say at the end of this about the release or anything? I mean, it's probably so far gone anyways. Yeah, right there. It's just numbers.
28.93. Yeah, that's when it comes out.
Yeah.
September 23rd.
They can have it.
Yeah, that's. I don't know.
Good luck.
I don't think it'll flop as hard as Concord did, but it's definitely. I feel like it'll come out and it's just gonna like fade. Into
It'll
the
have a
background.
decent. It'll have a decent player count. But it's like, is it going to surpass Valorant, or it's not going to do what that one game did that had the like where you control two characters at once. I think I played that game when you were at the house, Edwin. And it's kind of like Counter-Strike. I think it's like Split Souls or something like that. Neat concept, but no, I knew that was coming. All right.
Wasn't it already like was it like 3 weeks or something? And then it's like, well, this isn't doing well, and that
I just played the demo, and the studio closed down like right after I was playing the demo, and it's like, oh well, whatever, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, that's Marathon. Bungie's new game that I was wondering how that was going.
It also says here that's been in development for approximately 2 years. The initial reveal trailer was in May 2023.
Well, it'll be one that
it'll be just one level.
End up passing on. Maybe maybe they get a deal with like Microsoft and PlayStation to give it away as like September. Oh, it wouldn't be September, but maybe like October's game of the month or something. Like who knows if they need to increase their player count, because they haven't officially announced like a hard price, right? So it's like, is the game going to be $40, $50? The price of games is like the hot topic right now of the entire month anyways, because Nintendo was like, watch me do a flip, and then just eat shit completely. But and then I think it was like somebody from PlayStation was saying like games prices should go up $5 every generation, and it's just like, shut up.
Oh, blow me.
Yeah.
All right.
You got it. So I guess we'll just move into this Lies of P section here. Anybody?
Yep.
You all good?
Yep. I had enough of that.
This is the announcement trailer for the DLC. We've seen this before. Just kind of wanted to watch it again.
So summer starts I believe in June or July. So it could be somewhere around that time frame that it releases.
I mean, I'm curious if, after beating it, on how this. I mean, this looks like the theme park that's in the movie, right? They're the original story, so maybe it's separate from what they're teasing, or is this the past?
It looks like a completely different region, because the game doesn't necessarily need to end after fighting the final boss.
That character is dope as shit.
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
This is goopy.
There we go. Holy shit. I
wonder
can
if
smell
this
it.
takes. Oh, is that the sword from the boss?
Yeah, it actually looks like it.
Oh shit, it's got a dog head.
Oh, that dog head guy is not alive in my game anymore.
And mine either. Oh, you have Wolverine claws.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, the weapon styles are really neat in this.
Yeah,
shit,
that's
Omni Slash.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single thing in the Lies of P game that I just finished have a move like that. Because that, of course, it's the most replayed. Like, he's going absolutely ham right here. He's like,
fucking stop!
Yeah, a Zelda Zone Zero move.
He's like, I get it. I'm dead.
You got me. Jeez.
Yeah, it's summer 2025.
That looks like a
Pinocchio.
warm jacket. Yeah, pistachio.
Yeah, probably it's a super warm jacket. But I'm excited for the DLC. It kind of made me pick up the actual game and start playing it when we saw the announcement, because I hadn't started the game until maybe like
Same with
a
me.
week or two ago.
Yeah,
But
I did the exact same thing after watching this show. I was like, this looks better than what I actually expected.
I don't know why. I have two. Okay, so I'm gonna play these. This is
Thank
a boss
you,
fight. The King
Ruben
of Puppets.
92925.
Yeah, I wonder. Okay, I'm hoping that I don't know if he's gonna fight this boss for 7 minutes or if he's just gonna die a bunch of times, but we'll see. But I didn't really. I turned the sound off on this too, unless you want to hear him just getting his ass kicked.
Full screen.
Anyways, full screen. So when I got Liza P for like Christmas like a year ago, and it's just been sitting in my backlog. And I finally, after that Overture thing, I was like, oh, maybe I should play this. I'll give it a go. And I was really, pleasantly surprised, honestly. I tried the demo of it a long time ago, and then it's, the closest, like I said before we started this is the best, like, off-brand Souls-like game, I think, out there right now. I have, what is that one? The Fallen
Mortal Shell
or something. Lords of the Fallen. Yeah, I played that. I played Mortal Shell, Chains, or Immortal Unchained, which that game sucks. Surge. Like, Surge is pretty cool. It has a neat concept, but this game was really surprising with, like, it has a lot of weapons. I love how they make you utilize them by not being able to just, like, slam your own weapon into, like, get greatsword, put electricity on it, build it up. Like, you have to use the electric weapons if you want to use electric stat. So they have like a cool skill tree system. It's really unique instead of just copy paste Souls-like. And the enemy designs and art direction of this game is top notch. Like, this shit looks so good, and the detail of everything is just so good.
Yeah,
the glazing.
Yeah, but there's like the weapon concept along with the Legion arm idea is just, it was like one of my favorite things. Where it's just like, I was like, as you said, it's like you're on a little bit on the forceful side where you have to use specific weapons if you want their ability, because each blade and handle has their own abilities. So you can customize your weapons from handle and blade, and then you can try and see if you can have it like combine with your Legion arm, which is your robotic puppet arm that has different abilities depending on which one you pick. Like the one that he has in the video is the shield one, which has like a backfire attack where when you use it as a shield and it gets hit, then it just shoots off an explosion right in front of them. There's like some other ones that are really interesting.
I did not use that shield one either. I specifically used the fire, like the torch hand. The acid hand I used for this fight actually, because the weakness of the enemy after this phase is acid, I believe. So I ran a full acid build when I did this fight.
No, I did not use the acid arm as much because one of the problems that I have with this game is the fact that your character, which I read is actually considered Pinocchio. It's not, none of the characters actually say it, but like in the wiki, it's just like he's just either referred to as P or just Pinocchio, which is more or less the same. But
is his name Carlos or something, or Carlo?
So you're basically the puppet of Geppetto's dead son Carlo, but it's like your purpose is to basically be the replacement. But it's like not to spoil anything, so I'll just leave it there. But one of the problems that I have with this game is the fact that you, Pinocchio, are like, depending on what weapon you choose determines how fast you are at attacking, and obviously like your weight system. But it's like you are compared to like most of the elite enemies and some of the bosses, you are very slow, even on. You're very slow and very weak, as even no matter what attack you're doing, unless you're using a handle ability to withstand hits, you will be knocked out of whatever the hell it is you're doing. And then the enemies will do like eight combo attack to like put you from 100% to 0, and you can't do anything. So it's like it's a lot less forgiving to play this game aggressively than it is in Dark Souls, because if you had any trouble, like any of us that played Elden Ring, the DLC, and you did like the final boss, where it's like there's like hardly any window opening, that's basically this entire game. There's like hardly any window opening, and if you actually want to take advantage of it, you gotta do it like right then and there, and you gotta do it perfectly.
Yeah. There's literally
Terminator.
just like breaks and attacks where you have to like, it's time to kill this guy, or you're gonna have to wait until the next cycle of bullshit's over. But like the fights are really fun. This boss fight was really fun, even though he was
Yeah, this
kind
is
of tough
cool.
for me. This guy might kind of walk through it. I used his boss weapon for most of the game because it's super cheesy. It has the longest reach of any weapon. You can attack people around a corner, so it was really like convenient to use for a lot of the late game shit where there's a lot of corridors.
I think just looking at this myself and not playing it, I could just sit and watch somebody play this. It's just really cool with the graphics, the fighting design, everything. Just it flows very well. It's almost like a movie.
Every single boss fight in this game is pretty fun. Not all of them are two phases like this. Some of them, they have two phases where the health bar, or basically once you get half health, then something changes in the way that they fight you. But with this fight in particular, it's like, oh, he finished a health bar, and then another phase happens. Something else that happens in this game that I do like is kind of borrowed from, I guess, Sekiro with like the poise break of the bosses, where that health bar starts going white. You can crack them, and then it stuns them for like a fatal blow, and it does like just hella damage. But you can do that to anybody, not just like the bosses, but you can do that to enemies. And so that's really nice mechanic as well. There's like a lot of ways to approach fights in this game, which I think are really cool.
Yeah. Also to mention, because I just realized, like, he didn't have a Spectre this whole time, this whole fight, so he did better than he's doing better than both of us.
The Spectres are neat.
Yeah, so there's no multiplayer in this game. This is completely solo, but they still give you a helper for bosses. Like, so right outside the boss room, there's a little blue brazier that you can just throw in an item called a star fragment to summon a helper ghost to help fight with you. So that's kind of their solution to help in really difficult bosses.
Sweet dragon.
Outro.
Nice. It's cool.
Thank you for sharing your video.
Here you go. And then now we're going here. This is another person. This weapon is super cool. I was very disappointed that I didn't get it as the boss weapon, and this boss in general is really cool looking. They also kind of reminiscent of that one dickhead in Dark Souls 1 that kills the Firelink chick or whatever if you let him out of the jail cell.
Really? I did not get that. But I knew, like, because the first time you see this guy is when you beat a different boss, and then when this character showed up on screen after killing that boss, I'm just like, I'm gonna have to fight you later, aren't I? And I'm not gonna like it.
With a helmet like that, you're definitely not walking away from the fight. This boss is really fun to fight. I think I probably died maybe 4 times before I beat her.
I died maybe a little bit more than 4. But I didn't. But then I had to look up. It was like, this boss is absurd. And then after looking up like how to beat her a little easier, it's like one other problem that I have with this game. Maybe it says it in some of the lore books that you find, but there are 3 specific elements in the game. It's electric, which is effective against puppets, and then there's fire, which is more effective against flesh. Human-like enemies, and then there's acid, which isn't really like descriptive of how effective it is. The only thing that it really says it can decay weapons and break them, and then has an easier time to break their enemy stance, so you can get a stagger attack on them. But the one confusing thing about it is that most of the enemies near the end of the game use the same elements, but according to sources online and the game itself, they're also weak to that same element that they use against you, which doesn't make any sense. So it's just like, I don't understand. How the hell was I supposed to know that this, not this one specifically, but other enemies that throw acid everywhere and decay me, also weak against acid?
Yeah, I kind of had a difficult time trying to like figure out what does extra damage against corpses, and it's just like, well, what constitutes what is a corpse? Like, is this character a corpse or a
dead
puppet?
body.
Like, because it's like some enemies when they turn into Bane, they have like this organic blue shit coming out of them.
Yeah.
But it's like she's clearly a corpse, but she also could be a puppet, given how the main character looks too. So it's like I don't know which one you are. This part of the fight is where it kind of turns horseshit, but because she goes up in the air and you can't do anything about it. But it's really, yeah. I like how there isn't like a lot of status stuff to kind of juggle, especially when you're leveling up like your character. They kind of all level together. You don't have to like pick and choose. You don't have armor sets either, so like you have like equipable accessories that you could just be like, oh, I'm going to equip my electric ring, or like equip something that stops you from being poisoned or whatever.
Oh my god, that is so fucking annoying.
Yeah, you got to do the Ganondorf thing and
Well,
reflect
Raiden.
lightning back, and then she'll do this stab you in the chest move.
Yeah, you can't even reach her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're doing perfect
no,
hair. He's running an
that's-
acid build too, so that's kind of nice.
You bounce it back
Yeah.
and forth. It's like Ganondorf from fucking Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
Yeah, the game really forces a lot of the fighting around the thing called perfect guard, which is basically just a. I mean, it's a
parry.
perfect guard, but it can for some stuff it can be used as a parry. So it's just like it really forces your hand to try and learn that. But it's just like even in like any other Dark Souls game, I never used parry. So it's like I'm never going to use that
Interesting
mechanic, no
watching
matter how
this-
many times you force me on it.
how casual this person is just walking through this boss fight too, because she was so fast and aggressive with me. Like, she did that sword stab move, and I would just get caught up in it. There was never any, like... She wouldn't just stand there like this.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she's poisoned. He could just walk away, and then she'll just die on her own.
Yeah, no Spectre again. This guy's too good. I just thought she was gonna get crushed here.
Yeah, kind of would have made sense, but she kind of just turns into a host for you to, like a bonfire in this game. So I don't have any other footage of this, so I can just kind of sharing my screen, and if we want to do anything else of that. But after completing Liza P, like, I would give it a pretty high rating. Like, I think as a game as a whole, I would give it an 8. It was really fun. I enjoyed playing it the entire time. There was only like a couple horseshit enemies, like the giant Pinocchio baby thing, and then the fat ass clowns with the like cannonball hands. I didn't really have a lot of complaints about level design. The game does a really like just awesome job looping the character back to like the main area. And you wouldn't even see it coming the way that like the levels are like progressing, because you feel like you're always just going away from the hotel, and then you end up back at it somehow. And it's so like just well designed. I can't praise that part enough. The hub world is really cool. The characters are fun. It tells a story in an actual storytelling way, as opposed to cryptic lore items like Dark Souls typically does.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of NPCs that you meet. The NPCs have quest lines. There's things to go find from puzzles to get better gear or items to like upgrade your character. All of the armor things you get are purely cosmetic. So your outfits or your hats and stuff, that's all cosmetic. So it's all based around your weapon and your arm for the most part for attacking, and then you have like amulets and rings that you can wear or something. It's like a variety of like just different buff items that you can get. But there's a weight system. I don't know what playing a light character would be like, because my character was always heavy, or slightly heavy, so I wasn't exactly fat rolling the entire game. But I could tank a lot of attacks because I just specifically spec'd into damage instead of like the Legion arm until late game.
Yeah, I have a question because like for like the late game, I was like trying to make sure like everything was going fairly perfectly, but you were using that cheese scythe weapon,
Mhm.
and by the end of the game, did you have 40 motivity last I saw,
Yes.
which is strength? How the fuck did you have an easier time with the game when you spec into what is essentially strength and you were using a dexterity based weapon?
I don't know. I would just,
I
it was all
just
about
fuck.
parrying and dodge roll, basically. That's kind of how I got through that game, was a lot of getting the hell out of the way. Um, I also really appreciate that their items are not stat locked. So anytime you find a cool ass weapon, you can just use it.
Yeah,
It does have a
that's really neat.
weight to it. So like you might be, oh, I'm heavy now because I have a great sword, but you don't have to go like, oh damn it, I didn't put any points into dexterity and all my levels cost 20,000 souls apiece now. Like you can just, if you find it, you can use it. And they have this assemble mechanic where you have the blade and the hilt or the handle, depending on what type of weapon it is. If it's a spear or like a axe or hammer or something, but you can mix and match like the blade type and the handle type. So you can have like a spear handle and a dagger end for like fast fire stabbing damage. If it's like a fire dagger, you could build like a giant maul with like a huge wrench. There's a big ass Thor's hammer thing. There's a really cool axe weapon that's just a bunch of puppet arms holding a blade up together that are attached to a pole. There's just a bunch of cool shit, and you can mix and match them. So I really like that aspect too, especially for like people that enjoy Bloodborne. Uh, like I would highly recommend this game, and I think it has a lot of things going for it that are much, for me, much better than what Bloodborne does, because Bloodborne's weapon system, I didn't really like it that much. It has the cool like alternative, like, oh, the sword in the stone is a hammer unless you pull the sword out of the stone, which is cool, and then you have your sidearm thing. But there's not a lot of weapons in the game. I feel like I feel like it was just kind of samey with that stuff, and then the sidearm stuff is either a crossbow or a cannon, or it felt like I found everything early on when I played through Bloodborne. And you don't have like a bunch of armor sets and things, which is what I loved about like the Dark Souls games. And like Elden Ring has so much gear, and there's not really that much gear in Bloodborne, but it's more action oriented and less about the gear, because you don't block either, you kind of just dodge roll. So for this game, it doesn't have armor either, but like they let you do so much in combat that kind of made up for it for me. Especially with all the skill tree side buffs that you can get, where it's like you get far enough down the chain, and now your Legion arm doesn't fuel it; it can charge on its own. You can get health over time, or like when you run out of heals, you do enough damage, you charge a heal, but you can get the ability to where it self charges, and so now like you're in combat and you don't have to risk it anymore. You can kind of back off the enemy while you wait for a heal to like pop, and then you can move back in. So the game itself is like always evolving, which is um, what really kind of drew me into it. For a game that didn't have any gear, I felt like I was always doing something different with my character, even though I wore like the same outfit the entire time, which I think was the deluxe edition, apparently, or day one edition, whatever I got for Christmas that year was the version I got that came with that outfit. And I was like, I found all the other outfits, but I just wanted to wear that one because it looked the coolest, I guess.
Yeah, it was like a Wukong looking outfit, and you had like the I don't know what that weapon is called. It's like a pole staff, but it has like a large blade at
Glaive.
the end. Yeah, glaive.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. But yeah, I mean, Liza P, it was really fun. I beat it last night at 3 in the morning, and or I guess earlier this morning at 3, and I got the true ending. They do a pretty nice sequel bait, so that was pretty cool. And honestly, with the DLC coming, that means the game must have sold pretty well. So I am looking forward to the DLC and looking forward to an announcement of like an entire second, a sequel. Like, let's go! I want to play it.
Just like, what's the sequel name gonna be? Even more Lies of P.
PP.
Yeah,
Pants
more
on
Lies of
Truth.
PP.
Peas pants on fire.
Pistachio.
Pistachio ice cream.
All right. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
I'm good because I didn't play Lies of P.
Me neither.
On it.
Okay.
Yeah. But well, what is it? We're all playing Night Rain next month.
Yes. It comes out at the end of the month, though. I think.
Oh, I think like 20th, but
Yeah,
that's for next month.
Damn near the end of the month. Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we'll be wrapping it up for today. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Twitter, YouTube, and our brand new Rumble channel so you never miss an episode. Give us a 5-star ratings if you like today's episode, and don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. And for all you gamers out there, just remember to keep exploring, keep playing, and keep listening. Until next time, this is the Mediocre Rumor Brothers podcast signing off. Thanks for listening.
Lies.
Marathon P.
Hey, this is Corey, and thanks for checking out Mediocre Rumble Brothers. If you liked the video, please drop a like, and if you didn't, that's fine too. If you'd like us to talk about any specific games, drop a comment below, or feel free to discuss your experience with the games that we've mentioned in the episode. You can also listen to our episodes prior to YouTube on our Spotify. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon.